Hello, welcome back to another Genshin video. Today we're going to be talking about Yae Miko, who is, in my opinion, one of my favorite characters in the game. She's so smooth, so easy to use, but the problem that most people have with her is how much reliance she needs on supports. So, long story short, should you pull for her? Well, it depends. If you like her, you like her. If you don't, you don't, right? Her playstyle is totally up to you if you like it or not. But if you're looking for actual damage and you want a better person for your team, Yae Miko is probably going to be only good if you have other supports like mainly Raiden Shogun, and then if you have Sucrose or Kazuha, and obviously Bennett. But Raiden Shogun is her #1 support, and without her, you will struggle with Miko. I mean, you could, I guess, use another Electro character, but Raiden she offers so much for Yae Miko. It's crazy, and that's mainly because of Yae Miko's high energy cost being 90. But before we get down to testing her out and everything, let's talk numbers. So my Miko is 90 with a, here, let's just show the details. So it's about 1900 attack with 145 EM from artifacts. She's running a 50-200 crit rate to crit damage ratio, and her energy recharge is disgustingly low at 123, but that's why we have Raiden. She also has a 61.6% electro damage bonus from her goblet. So there's that. The weapon of choice is an R5 Witsith, which is her second best in slot, right next to her actual gacha weapon, which is on her weapon banner right now if you want to go get it. But, you know, that's a lot of wishes, and if you've been playing this game for a while and you got a little lucky, then you'd have a Witsith. I pulled a lot of Witsiths from the weapon banner. So I have an R5 Witsith, and this at level 90 gives you a very nice bump in crit damage, and these buffs, you know, any one of these helps, especially the EM one, and I'll get to why once we go to her talents. So I have her at 688, 6 being her normal, 8 being her E, and then the other 8 being her Q. So when we talked about EM buffs, we're talking about this talent where every point of EM Yae Miko possesses will increase her E damage, which is the totems that you put down on the ground, by 0.15%. Now, with a Witsith buff of 480, that's an additional 72% damage that you're doing with your totems, which is her E. That's a lot. That's no small number. That's a lot of damage extra that you're getting. So artifacts, I'm running 2-piece Wanderers and 2-piece Thundering Fury. It's still early on, so it's kind of hard to say what's her best in slot artifacts, but this is what I'm rocking, and it's been doing me very well. The flower could be better. Feather is pretty good for me. Sands it's pretty good. Goblet could be better, but it's onset, so I ain't complaining. And could be a better crit damage circlet, but you know, you get what you get, right? I've been playing for a while, so that's why I had a bunch of Wanderers troops pieces lying around. And if you have been playing for a while too, then you know you would have some Wanderers pieces already available if you haven't discarded. But she's also C0, and we're gonna go ahead and try her out on the Magu Kenki. First by herself and then with supports. So this is the sole reason why I wanna, well, me having Raiden Shogun and Kazuha and Bennett is gonna show you how much of a difference supports make for Yae Miko. Without these supports, she sort of suffers in damage, and you'll see why. So let's put down the totems.
Emerge. Right now.
And I like how she kind of dodges along with the totems. But no crits, it's like 2k, and wow, I haven't critted in a long time. There we go. And with crits, it's like about 7k, which is nice.
What a nuisance.
And then if we cast her ult,
A sight to behold.
so the last 3 lightning bolts do a little more damage than the first 3, but we hit like a 17k and then a 22k after. Now, in a perfect world, if all that crit, we would be hitting about 70k total in burst damage, which is alright. It's alright. But
Emerge.
it
Right
ain't
here.
too much. So let's go ahead and get her burst back.
There is no
by using
escape.
Lady.
Now you shall perish.
Iframes dodge, you know, no problem.
One with nature. Come on out. Emerge. Right now.
And as you can see, this has taken me a long time to get her burst.
Ha! Right here. Emerge.
Just because of that really high
Illusion
cost
shattered.
of 90. Okay, cool. So we got our burst back. Let's go ahead and refresh our health. So, what did we say? I think we said about like 14, 15. I'm just spitballing numbers here, but I think it was 14, 15k on the first lightning bolt, and then like 22k in the preceding lightning bolts in her burst. And then her totems were doing about 2k non-crit, 7k on-crit. And now we'll try with supports, which is, you know, it might be better if you run Sucrose instead of Cosmo, since you also get an EM buff along with the swirl. But I like using Cosmo just because he's better to just dodge around and everything with. So we're going to put a Radiant Eye,
Clouds high.
Cosmo Burst,
Going in.
Bennett Burst,
Right now.
Totems,
Right here.
and then Burst.
Nothing lasts forever.
Okay. Unfortunately, the last 3 lightning bolts did not crit, but that first one hit for 69k, so I'm assuming the last 3 would hit like 80k if it crit. But you could see, like, I almost tripled my damage with all that support. And this is Bennett running a Pillow for Monia too, so it's
Right now.
not like your average
Right here.
free-to-play Bennett. This is a heavily support-based comp. Now, don't get me wrong, she's still fun to play with, but without all the support,
Shine down.
you know, your damage won't be as good as you think. Right, so we'll leave him alone for now. Long story short, if you're deep in the game and you do have a lot of characters to piggyback off of Yae Miko, and you like her playstyle, then yes, I would say it's probably a good idea for you to pull for her. It's a nice change of pace. I like using Catalyst users in general. I used to be a Yanfei main, and she's just so smooth with the way she just moves around and everything. Like, look at that, it's just so elegant. But she does need a lot of work. So if I were to give her a rating, I would give her probably a B tier in terms of characters. Just being flat out honest, a B tier is being quite generous. Just because her on her own, like, she can't really hold herself on her own like other characters. Like, any one of these characters in my team, they could hold off on their own. They could do a good bit of damage and support on their own. But Yae Miko, with her turrets, with her normal attacks, you know, yes, she's sub-DPS, but she still suffers greatly in the DPS aspect without good support. And it's hard to get these characters that I get in my team, like a good Bennett with a high base damage sword or a Raiden Shogun. Like, these aren't easy characters to get. You do have to either get lucky or spend money, and a lot of people are, you know, they don't have all that.
Traveling
So
to other worlds is all that anyone seems
if
to
you
be
do like
writing
the
about
character
these
though,
days.
great, pull for her. Who am I to tell you who to have
Goodness
fun with and
knows
not?
what they
But
find so
just be careful
disappointing about their own
if
world.
you're looking to aim for just damage. You know, you also got to get lucky with their artifacts like any other character. But I have a lot of fun using her just because I have the support, and you have to factor that into with your characters that can also provide support. So anyways, that's the whole Yae Miko video. I think that just about covers it. We're at like about 9.5 minutes. And yeah, I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.